Hi, welcome to the Living in Partnership with Spirit show. I'm Ingrid Turner, your host, and I am so happy to be here with you today. So during these shows, I get to share the spiritual energies forecast with you for the week, and then I dive in and discuss, dissect, and elaborate on divine messages and spiritual teachings that I receive from Spirit. So once a month, I have a special show too, where I feature panels of expert guests to go in depth on certain topics. So I have those the last show of the month. So this month, March, the special show dives into spirit and creativity, and it's scheduled for the 28th of this month. So if you are an artist or have a creative bent, then mark your calendars. You won't want to miss that show. One thing I always want to make clear before I talk about anything else is to let you know that there's no special reason that I receive the messages that I share with you from Spirit, except that I'm open to it and I'm fiercely committed to living that enlightenment lifestyle. This doesn't make me any better or worse than anyone else. It just means that I'm open to it, that I'm committed to it. And I'm also profoundly grateful to be in a position in life where I get to receive with such clarity and then share my experience of these messages with you. So thank you for being present with me and allowing me to share Spirit's wisdom and advice with you. And you've just got one job right now, which is to take what you hear, hold on to what resonates with you, and then let the rest go. I don't prescribe a dogma for you. I just share what I get in the clearest way that I know how. If you would like to work with me one-on-one, you can book time with me on my website at www.ingridhturner.com. That's INGRIDHTURNER.com. I offer a whole bunch of different ways to connect to Spirit for you, to help you access Spirit through me acting as your medium. And I want to fit into as many needs and budgets as I can. So my services start at $25. So you can find out more about what I do on my website. That's ingridhturner.com. So you can also connect with me through my Facebook group. It's called Living in Partnership with Spirit. So it's the same name as the show. You'll just plug that into Facebook search and it'll pop right up. Right now, I just launched a new video series that I'm running in my group one time for free. It's called Manifesting as a Spiritual Practice. And it's 7 weeks of one video per week plus weekly check-ins and feedback and what have you. So that's really fun and exciting, and I'm super excited to share it. So if you want to get in on that series, join this group and you can have it for free. Okay, so let me start today's show by defining partnership with Spirit. So for me, living in partnership with Spirit means communing with the divine and living from that place of feeling and intuition. It's getting out of your head and into your gut, or out of your head and into your heart. It means living with less anxiety and more certainty. And ultimately, it really means living your highest purpose on this body, in this body, on this planet. So this show explores different themes, topics, and paths to living in partnership with Spirit, and we dive into the many ways by which we communicate, experience, and work with Spirit in our daily life. Okay, so let me start the show. Let me kick off with the spiritual energies forecast. So the thing that I got is funny. When I pulled some cards today to sort of help me anchor the message that I was receiving, and what I got was a bit of up and down this week. I mean, we're always going to be dealing with ups and downs, but the clearest message for me was talking about sort of the ebb and flow of the energies and that crescendo that we reach where things are going really, really well. And I feel like that's what's been going on. Certainly what I've been experiencing the last few days and the next few days. So today and tomorrow, things are going to be feeling really good. Today in particular, we've got star power. Whatever's going on with the energy, it's really activating our star power center. So you'll get to show up in a room and fill up the room. You know, it'll be like everybody knows when you walk into it. That's kind of energy you get to project today. It's really activating that for you. Tomorrow on Wednesday, you're going to be reaping the benefits of that energy and find yourself in a very happy, content, sort of happily ever after place. Now, what's really interesting is on Thursday through the weekend, it looks like suddenly the energy shifts. You know, suddenly it kind of gets turned upside down. I see a big change happening on Thursday and affecting us through the weekend. And as I leaned into that energy, I realized what I was seeing was it's the ebb and flow of energy, but really it has more to do with our perspective, our perception of the ebb and flow of energy. We have our highs and lows, and what happens is it's not so much that the energy turns against us or things go wrong, but when we're riding that high and we're going, wow, things are really good right now, things are really going my way, and then the energy starts to recede and you kind of land on the dirt again, we go into a panic mode. And it's really our mind that comes in and we have this mental shift because we still don't understand that this experience we're having in this moment, we don't understand that the position we're in right now, the way the energies are working right now, we don't understand that it changes and it ebbs and flows. Even when we intellectually understand that, we tend to get really stuck in the, oh no, it'll never be good again. And that's what I'm feeling for the weekend. And for you to be aware of is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursday, there's going to be a shift, a mental shift, because the energies are going to shift and it's not going to be all gravy. We're not going to be experiencing the lushness that we have been for the last few days, and that by the time Thursday rolls around, we're going to be getting pretty used to, and like, oh, I could live with this. There needs to be contrast. There needs to be that ebb and flow, that washing in and that washing out of that wave. But we tend to panic when the wave recedes, forgetting that it'll come back. And it's just these ebbs and flows, and when the wave recedes like that, it's an opportunity for us to kind of rest and relax and look around and evaluate what we want and what we don't want. And sometimes these happen very quickly in succession, and sometimes they're longer and more drawn out. This is happening pretty quickly because I'm feeling that starting at the beginning of next week, if you can take the time and not let your mind run off with you and scare you and frighten you and send you into a panic because you're not getting the lushness that you've been experiencing earlier this week, it's just an opportunity for us to reevaluate. And then we can start off in the direction, continue to adjust and fine tune the direction we want to go in. So what I'm saying is be prepared to be jarred a bit towards the end of the week and into the weekend, because it's going to feel like the rug has been ripped out from under you. But so much of that is really about your mind and how you perceive it and your own fears coming into play. Okay, but this is really important. This is an important piece for helping us hone in on what we really want to create and experience in this lifetime, in this body, in this physical experience. All right. But starting next week, we're back off to a strong start again. So I feel like back up, climbing the crescendo. So today we're going to be doing an overview of meditation. And I feel like it's really important to help people understand what meditation is and what it is not, and how it really can benefit you tremendously without it having to be another daily chore. So after this overview of meditation, I will be taking calls at the end, so you can ask a question about the topic, or you can call in for a mini reading. If you want to call in right now and reserve your spot, the number is 657-383-1895, and then press 1, and that will reserve your spot in the queue to get on the show and ask me a question. So the first thing I want to address when it comes to meditation is the judgment we hold around meditation. It's the self-judgment and the judgment we get from other people. Meditation is often seen as something that needs to be a very disciplined practice. Okay, most of us do not need more things in our life that we have to do. Most of us are waking up to an alarm clock earlier than we want to. We're getting up, we're dealing with the family, we're dealing with the job, we're dealing with the world, and we want our spiritual practice and our spirituality to add to our lives, not be something that we have to fit in around the edges or schedule time for. It's something that should feel like you want it to be there. That's how I feel about it anyway. Most of us, I think, feel the same way. But I will say, this does bring to mind a conversation I had with a meditation teacher not too long ago. We were talking about this, and he was agreeing with me, but he was also explaining to me that he taught meditation to veterans who suffered from PTSD. And he said one of the things that really helped them was having a discipline and a structure around meditation. So I do want to say that, there is room for that kind of structure and discipline. And that's certainly the way that I was taught meditation when I was a kid and how I grew up. For me, and I feel like the way that is appropriate for me to teach it is to assure people that meditation does not have to be a chore. It doesn't have to be something that you have to do, that you have to schedule in, and that you have to beat yourself up for not getting it done. Meditation needs to be a choice. It needs to be something you want to do. So I want to tell you right here and now, the judgments you have around meditation and other people have put on you around meditation, please throw them out the window, okay? There's one right way to do meditation, and it's your way. It's not about the amount of time you spend meditating. It's not about the time of day. It's not about the meditation technique. It's not about any of that. It's about how you access that meditative state. So what is that meditative state? I feel like I refer to it as like the eye of the storm. It's that place of total calm, not absent of thoughts. The storm is still there. It's still all around you. We live in the storm. Our physical world, our physical experience is the storm, but it's the place of calm in the midst of it, acceptance of what is, really finding your peace. And that's hard for me to describe in a lot of detail because it's something you kind of have to experience. It's present in the moment and not worrying, not allowing the thoughts and the noise and the chaos, the storm around you. It doesn't have to affect you because you're protected in the eye of the storm. So to get to this place, it doesn't take years of practice. It doesn't take hours of meditation at a time. It doesn't take a certain technique or a certain time of day. It's all very individual. It just takes a moment. A moment in that place, in that eye of the storm, is enough to transform your whole day. So we talk about, okay, well, how do I do this? How do I get to that place? And there are as many meditation techniques as you can imagine. You know, do a Google search on how to meditate, and every page is going to come up with a different way to do it. And a lot of those pages are going to say, this is the right way to meditate. Well, ignore that. You're going to find your way. And the way that you find your way is to try on a bunch of different types of meditation. This is a pretty short segment today. Next week, I'm going to be diving into meditation techniques. But today, I really just want to give you an overview and continue to assure you that meditation it doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be hard. It gets to be easy. It gets to be fulfilling. And there are several ways that we can access that meditative state that I'm talking about, that eye of the storm. The first is through your breath, and really just taking 3 deep breaths in the midst of whatever's going on around you will help you slip into more of that state. It helps center you, it helps calm you. We've always heard all of our life, just breathe, okay, just breathe. Yeah, and that's why, because it gets you into that meditative state and it lines your essence up with spirit. So the second way that we access that meditative state is visualization. You know, the spirit rides our imagination, and that's what visualization is. So visualization exercises, visualization techniques can really work for people. The third way is through sound. So sound has a particular vibration and particular frequency, and you can learn a lot from various sound healers. Somebody I had on the show, his name is Ian Morris. He's an incredibly gifted sound healer, and he has a website called Listening to Smiles with a whole bunch of resources on there talking about frequency and what each frequency does for you. I've had some tremendously powerful experiences in sound healing circles. So sound, find a tune, find a sound, find an instrument that resonates with you, and you can very quickly and easily slip into that meditative state. Walking is a way to get into that meditative state. And I'm not talking about the brisk, getting out there and getting exercise. I'm talking about the, my brother would call a saunter, is just getting out and walking at a pace that is comfortable and rhythmic, and getting into that meditative state that way. And finally, the fastest way, one of the quickest ways to get into that state is to get out into nature. Nature is getting away from, cutting out a lot of the noise, a lot of the storm already, just getting away from your electronics and your phone and cars and people and, what have you, getting out into nature. So breathe, visualize, sound, walking, nature. So again, I know this is a short segment, just doing a quick overview of meditation and really just assuring you that it doesn't have to be difficult. It just doesn't have to be difficult. It can be so easy and so fun. And what you can wake up in the morning looking forward to your meditation. So next week, I encourage you to listen in again, because I'm going to continue on with this series. I'm going to continue talking about meditation. I'm going to dive into a couple of different meditation techniques with you that utilize some of these ways that we access that meditative state. All right. So at this time, I want to welcome you to call in with your questions about meditation or to get a mini reading with me. The number is 657-383-1895, and then you press 1 to get on the show. And our first caller today is area code 856. Hi, how are you? Are you there? Oh, wait, I heard somebody. 856? Area code 856?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you doing?
Fine, how are you?
Good. What's your name?
Rose Maria.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Rose Maria.
Rose Maria. Hi, Rose Maria. What can I answer for you today?
Whatever spirits are trying to say to me, because I know I've been getting a lot of messages here and there, and I know they've been around, and some good and some you know what I mean? It's like from the past, but it's like breaking in. I know it's not coming from me this time, but from somebody else, so I'm not sure what they're trying to do.
Okay. So I've got the first thing as I'm reading it, the first thing I'm getting is a massive tingling in my third eye. And are you familiar with the chakras?
I know a little bit, but not as much.
No problem. So the chakras, those energy centers in the body, that's a lot of times when I tune to somebody, it's like some of the first information I'll get will come from those centers. So just to give you a little bit of education, the third eye is the point between the eyebrow. And what it represents is spiritual sight, spiritual wisdom, clairvoyance, and clear seeing. So as you're tuning into that, and you know that that you're getting, spirits knocking on your door, I'm getting that lighting up for me. So pay attention to what you see in your mind's eye. A lot of people who are really clairvoyant, like yourself, they don't even realize that it's happening because you've been that way your whole life and you don't realize that it's not normal. And that other people don't see things the way you do. And the way you start to get information is to slow down a bit, slow your mind down a bit and pay attention to what you're seeing. And you're going to start to blow yourself away because you're going to be like, oh, I saw that before I saw it, but you don't even realize it's happening right now because it happens so fast and it always happened and you don't realize that it's not normal. So the message I'm getting is to trust yourself, and trust what you see, because the messages are for you. They're trying to come for you. It's not about sending them through me to get to you. The most they're giving me right now is, you need to trust yourself because we have messages for you. A psychic or a medium, one of the reasons that they may not get information is when spirit is determined to get it to you directly, because part of what they're trying to do is get you to open up to this and to use this gift in your daily life.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it.
All right. No problem. You have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Next caller, area code 806. How are you?
Hello.
806. Hi.
Hey, Ingrid.
Hi. Who am I talking to?
This is Sherry in Texas.
Hi, Sherry. How are you?
I follow you. I'm great. I follow you on all your social media, so I love seeing your posts.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling in. So what can I look at for you today, Sherry?
Well, I'm doing my level best to manifest a relocation to California, and I want to see what you were picking up on energy. I think there's been a little bit of a shift, so we'll see.
Oh, yeah. Well, California is the best state to live in.
Agreed.
Especially Northern California. Okay. All right, let me tune into this and see what we got. All righty. Okay, here's what I'm getting, Sherry. You are, okay. So I'm feeling there is a shift. You're right, there is a shift, but I'm seeing a box around you. All right, so, and this box is sort of self-imposed. It's an energetic box, and I feel like you're really aware of this box, which is why you feel like you're working so hard to manifest this. It's like there's blocks all around you to this. It's about what you believe you can accomplish, but that is shifting. You're absolutely right, because I'm seeing the box getting bigger, if that makes sense. So it's not so confining. It feels like it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I feel like this is going to make sense to you. I hope it does, because this is what I'm getting. Instead of pushing out, push up.
Okay.
So push up with the energy. So the energy, the energy that's blocking you, blocking is too strong a word. It's surrounding you, and it's about not feeling it's about like you're exerting a lot of strength to push that energy out and get rid of it. I see push it up, and when you push that energy up, it's like it goes up really fast. And what I keep hearing is give it to God, give it to God. So you have to give that away. That is not work for you to do, getting rid of that box.
Right.
Your job is to give that up to source, to infinite, to spirit, to God, whatever container, whatever you use to connect with, give that away. And that's going to start shifting things for you very quickly. I see a whirlwind happening. A whirlwind. And it's interesting because I see this whirlwind happening, things starting to shift really fast, and I see you kind of spinning off in an oblique direction. And when I see things come in or go out from oblique, to me that says it's something unexpected. So you want to move to California, and that feels good, that direction feels good, but let the universe send you where you're really going to thrive. Don't force it on the location. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, Sherry. Have an awesome day.
You too. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Let's see. We have another caller, area code 774. How are you? Are we there? 774?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. What's your name?
Adam.
Adam, hi. What can I look into for you?
I just wanted to know what Spirit has to say in regards to career with me.
Okay. Got it. Just exploring your energy for a minute, seeing where it wants to connect. Okay. So I'm feeling, okay, this is interesting. This is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like the energy around you, there's this sort of energetic pillow around you. And I see you bending down like you're working on something in the ground, like you're picking something up maybe. And I see plants, I see garden, I see that kind of thing. And it feels like you're bending down, but this bending down feels like, it feels like you're stooping, you're going lower than you should, if that makes sense. It feels like you're making a choice. You're making the choice that is beneath you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It does. It does. Okay. So good. Then I'll keep going because I'm seeing things, I'm feeling things, and I'm trying to okay, wait, how do I decipher this? So, so it feels like you're making the choice that is beneath you, and it's because it feels like your root. It feels like your root chakra. It feels like this is because it's sort of always been done that way in your family. It's like, or you're sort of expected to do that. There's some expectation, whether it's self-imposed. I feel like a lot of it is self-imposed. It's not quite so imposed by others as you feel like it is. It's self-imposed. You feel like you need to make. You need to keep making this choice and giving up on what you really want to be doing. Okay, now I see, I'm seeing weird things. Now I see a shelf. I see like a wooden outside shelf. I feel outdoor stuff. I feel gardening stuff. Is that relevant?
No, not in my career path.
I'm not sure why I'm seeing it. Maybe it's symbolic. So I'm just going to keep going with it and see where we go. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm seeing sort of gardening and sheds, and I see you like stooping down and like pulling out weeds or pulling out vegetables, but that's what feels like the burden to me. That's what feels like the not what you want to be doing. And then I see up here something on a shelf, and I see you putting things on a shelf, and I see things like, oh, that's interesting. So I'm seeing things like mixtures and tinctures and herbs and like really kind of making magic out of these things. So if this isn't literal, then I'll give you my symbolic interpretation. Sorry?
That's actually pretty crazy because in regards to the herbs and stuff, that's actually something that's going through my mind now about something I'm wanting to do.
Okay, and that's exactly what I'm seeing you move towards. And it's interesting because this shelf that I'm seeing with all these herbs and tinctures on it is up sort of at face level, so it's almost hard to see. So it feels like you're reaching for it, but you're really enjoying it, lining these bottles up and lining these jars up. So that is crazy. That's great. So
wow, that's really...
what I'm getting for you in terms of career is keep reaching for that. You're really going to enjoy that process. You don't have to be down in the dirt. So down in the dirt, okay, now I get it. So it feels like, or I think I get it. I don't know, maybe. But here's what I'm getting on it. Is it's sort of the common man. Doing the common man work. And that's not really for you. That's not what you want to do, nor is it what you have to do. So keep playing with those herbs and tinctures. And I feel like you are pretty business savvy, and you're going to come up with an interesting way leveraging the internet where you'll be able to make a good living off these herbs and tinctures and things that you play with, these plants, that are and medicinal stuff that you put together.
Wow, that's actually, it's so weird because this just recently came on to me because I've been told like lots of times that like I've been given a gift, but I haven't paid attention to it, and I've started like thinking maybe like opening something with herbs and if I'm supposed to help people, then help them the right way. And it just came to my mind. I was looking at stuff. It was just a thought. It's crazy that you were able to pick up on that.
That's awesome. Well, you know what? That's great because you know what that is? This is the best kind of reading right here. This is spirit validating what you're already getting. All right. So you pay attention to that. You pay attention to those thoughts. You pay attention to those desires and follow them because it's pointing you to where you want to be. Okay. And the first, few steps won't be the final iteration of where you're going, but keep going because you need each one of those steps and enjoy the process. You're going to have so much fun. I feel you like delighting in what you're doing, just having a great time with it.
Oh, wow. That's great. Wow.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much. I do really appreciate it.
All right. You're so welcome, Adam. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You as well. Bye-bye.
Great. Okay, next caller is area code 415. Hi there. Area code 415, are you there? Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. You just unmuted me.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Hi, what's your name?
Jessica.
Jessica. My Jessica? Oh, it is my Jessica. I love it. I love that I get to hear your voice. How you doing today?
No, I'm not the person you think I am.
You're not my Jessica? Oh, you're a different Jessica. Okay. Will you be my Jessica too?
I could be your Jessica. Thank you.
You can be my Jessica today. Okay. Jessica, what can I look into for you?
My relationship with Joe, I think I have a pretty good understanding of what's going on. I think what's rolling over in my head, because we're not in contact right now, I don't know if we're taking a temporary break because we're processing stuff, or it's that he can't even be a friend to me. So I'm just wondering if you see him reaching out again, and if that is somewhat soon, or if that's just it, lessons and the person leaves, one of those deals.
Right. Okay. All right. So first of all, I'm feeling like when you said, I feel like I have a pretty good handle on it. You do. You have a very level head about what's going on here. And you're absolutely right to wait for the offer. And I'm asking, well, can we see whether it's coming in or not, please? And I'm not getting anything on that because what I am getting for you really strongly is how important it is for you to wait for the offer from almost anything in your life. It's like when you wait for it to come to you, things turn out really, really well. When you and you know this, I'm hard of hearing that you know this. Like when you try and go out and make things happen and muscle your way in, things kind of blow up in your face. So you're really getting it to wait for the offer and wait for the offer from Joe. And I'm going, well, is he going to give her the offer? And I'm sorry, I'm not getting an answer to that. So I'm not going to fake it. Yeah.
I know.
What I am wait for the offer. Because when you wait for the offer, if he does reach out and connect with you, it's going to go smoothly. It's going to go your way, is what I'm hearing. If you reach out, you do the chasing, and this goes for anything in your life, really. It's hard work for you. It becomes very, very hard work for you, and it doesn't have to be hard work for you if you can sit back and let it come to you. Let the offers be made. Open yourself up to that. But you really do understand what's going on with Joe. You see the situation with you and Joe very, very clearly. Your emotions are still cloudy around it because your heart's in it. So it's hard not to. But considering how entangled you are, I just feel like you got to a point where your heart is kind of exhausted And so you're able to see with more clarity now. So, you know, that's good, and that's hard too. So that's, let me see if there's anything else coming through. I don't think so. I think that's what I got for Joe. And I know that's not exactly what the answer you were looking for, but
no, you know what? I think it actually was. I think it was.
Okay.
Because, like, I don't think I really want someone. I don't think I really do want someone telling me, and I do know that I'm in the middle of this lesson of like that I have to wait, and it's so uncomfortable at times. Sometimes it's like very easy, and it's like fine, it's easy, and then I'm like, oh, it's only been like a day and a half. I'm like, oh, I'm struggling here. You know, it's
hard. It's hard, and you know what? It gets to be hard, and you can accept that it's hard, and let yourself feel how hard it is, and just be in the moment with it. But this is, you know, this is sort of one of your big gifts in life is getting through this waiting period and trusting that if it's not Joe, the better offer is coming. The offer is absolutely coming. I just cannot see whether it's coming from Joe or some other source or when, because Spirit says, nope, you have to wait for it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they've been saying. Right. Okay. Well, it's helpful to hear it from somebody else just to confirm that this is the lesson for me right now. You know what? A little part of me, like the small part of myself, the scared part of myself says, just move on. You know, what's the point of just holding that space if it's not going to work out? You know, like if I'm not going to get the offer from him, like totally, I don't know how I would clear my head completely, but it's one of those things. And, you know, one minute I'll get that I feel like he is going to reach out. The next minute I feel like, no. It's like so up in the air.
Well, you're probably picking up him going up and down, you know, like let me feel into that. Like, yeah, I mean, especially because you have natural intuition as well. You know, you're you're very connected to him. This is really pretty common with, you know, male and female energy. Feminine energy is very, very, very intuitive. So we tend to really feel the ups and downs and the ins and outs of our our partner who embodies the masculine energy. So it's kind of doubly hard. We have to deal with our own impatience and waiting, and then have to deal with, you know, the ebb and flow of what we're dealing with there. So just try and stay grounded and centered and meditate. That will help. We just talked about meditation today. That will really help you.
So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're
just
welcome,
kind of
Jessica.
just helping me get over the hump here. So thank you.
All right. You're welcome, Jessica. Have a great
day.
Reading.
You too.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, next caller, area code 305. I'm going to be patient
Hello.
for the unmute. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Seema.
Hi, Seema. Nice to meet you. What can I look at for you today?
Thank you. Relationship.
Okay. Anything particular, or you just want me to tune in and see what comes up?
His name is Richard.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm seeing first is this funny, I'm seeing this like cartoon heart like pop out of your chest. And it's like that, you know, sort of 3D shiny cartoon heart, and it's popping out of your chest. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I feel like this feels really like, this feels fun. This feels silly. This feels like, have you really told him how you feel, like how you're really feeling?
No, he knows. Yeah, he knows.
He knows. Okay, good.
He knows.
Talking about it, because I feel like he's going to respond really well to you, continuing to tell him how crazy you are about him, and what you know, kind of what comes up for you, the joy you feel, the glee you feel, all of that, you know, all those feelings. Keep talking to him about it is what I'm getting. And, you know, it's like, I feel like he's, as I'm leaning in, I feel like he's kind of like, he won't believe you necessarily. And so you kind of have to keep saying it. And then once he starts to really believe you, then you'll notice him start to shift his energy and be more directed at you, because I feel like now it's like he's definitely into you, and you really, you know, but he's holding back a bit, because he's like, nah, like not really. So keep talking to him about about what you feel about him.
I understand where you're coming from. the thing is that there's only a couple of things. It's like we haven't communicated for like a week, and he lives in a different country, so it's a little long distance. And the relationship has been like back and forth for a little while, and now it's just like I feel like it's just there, and like I don't know if to reach out to him anymore or not. Like I want him to put a little more effort into it. So I just like let it go for now. But I tell him all the time how I feel. But I don't know if he's confused or what he wants.
Well, what I'm getting is to keep communicating it to him. Just keep showing up and being genuine in what you appreciate about him. You know, and try and take your own expectation of, you know, needing that back. And I know this is really hard because we do need to have our feelings reciprocated. But if you can cross that threshold where get yourself into a calm space and then communicate to him, here's what I appreciate about you, like really genuinely appreciate about you. And the minute you deliver that appreciation without you needing it to be reciprocated right then and there, that's when it's going to shift. That's what needs to be communicated to him. And it's very, very human and understandable to need to have that given back to you. And it will be. Yeah. But you need to move out of that space where you're like, I need you to now I told you I love you, now I need you to tell me you love me. Again, very human and no judgment there, because God knows we all do it. But that's what I'm feeling here. And that's kind of why he doesn't believe it necessarily, is because he feels that energy too. And it's not that you're not telling him the truth. You absolutely are. But there's that edge to it, that when you can work to take that edge out, that's when things are going to start smoothing over and being easier between the two of you.
Okay.
All righty.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. You're so welcome. Have a great day.
Bye. Okay, bye.
All right. Okay, next caller is area code 613.
Hello?
Hi. What's your name?
Sherry.
Sherry, hi. How can I help you today, Sherry?
Oh, I was just wondering what, or if anything you see in my very near future.
Very near future. Okay. So leaning in and kind of playing with your energy here. Okay. So coming up, I feeling in. God, sorry, Sherry. I'm kind of having a hard time latching on to you. Can you do me a favor? Can you take 3 good, strong, deep breaths and sort of with your, sort of intentionally allow me to connect with your energy? Because a lot of times when I can't connect with somebody, they sort of inadvertently got some walls up, because, it's permission-based. So let's try that and see if I can get more strongly connected with you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay, Sherry, now I'm getting it. Thank you. That was great. So what I'm seeing is a big, strong, round tree, and I'm being shown the where this tree goes into the soil and how strongly it is firmly and cemented in the soil, in the dirt. It is absolutely immovable. You cannot shake this tree. It is so strong. And I'm feeling like this represents you. I'm feeling like you've been going through some hard times, and those hard times are not going to be ending in the very near future. You're asking about the very near future. So you've got some difficulties coming up, but I just want you to remember how strongly rooted you are. You're naturally a strongly rooted person. You're very grounded, and you were very able to hold your own. You're incredibly self-possessed. And I don't want you to forget this when you feel like you need to defend yourself, when you feel like, there's attacking going on. There's just some difficulty going on in your world right now. And you are so in a position to hold your own, so much more so than you give yourself credit for. And if you can, even physically look down at your feet, and remind yourself how rooted you are and how strong you are, you're going to be able to weather this storm just fine. It's not going to last forever. It will pass, okay? And it'll pass more quickly than you realize. It won't last forever, okay?
Okay, I thought things were going good.
Okay, well, I feel a storm coming then. If that makes any sense, I just feel kind of some battering going about, but you're more than capable of holding your own during this time.
Okay.
Okay. You have a wonderful day.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
All right. All right, our next caller, area code 860. Are we there? 860, are you unmuted?
Yes.
Hi. Sorry.
How are
What's
you?
your name? I'm great.
It's
thank you.
Amla.
How are you doing? I'm sorry, one
Good.
more time.
It's Amla.
What's your name? Amala.
Amla.
Okay. Hi, Amala.
Hi.
Hello. What can I help you with?
I'm really excited for the spring. I'm a speaker, and I'm kind of getting my ducks in a row with speaking engagements, and I'm actually I'm from Connecticut, and I'm going to Florida for a week. I think it's going to help me a lot with just releasing in the ocean, because I don't necessarily live by the ocean, and I just need some turquoise water to hang out by. But anyway, and I feel like I'm going to be really refreshed and renewed when I get back. I already feel that. So I'm going to give any insight with things like highlights for the next few months.
Okay, highlights for the next few months. Okay. So I'm sitting here, and I don't always use cards, but sometimes I shuffle cards, and sometimes I use them if I need to anchor the message. I'm sitting here playing with my cards absent-mindedly, and the Six of Pentacles dropped out. So apparently that's your card. So are you familiar with tarot cards?
I don't know I know what tarot cards are, but I don't know the meaning of them.
Okay,
yeah.
No problem. Just wondering. So Six of Pentacles is about the giving and receiving dynamic. Okay, it's about whether that's balanced or out of whack. All right. So when the Six of Pentacles comes up for you, you need to make sure that dynamic is in balance, whether you are giving enough or whether you are receiving enough. See what I mean?
Got it.
So in terms of especially in terms of your interaction with business entities, any entity or corporation that you're doing business with. And this is what I'm hearing. I never say this to people because it's not about me, but what I'm hearing is I need you to make sure that is balanced. And that doesn't mean that you're supposed to get everything and not give. And it doesn't mean you're supposed to give everything and not get. You're not a martyr here. Okay?
Right.
It's okay to be paid and compensated for what you bring to the table. So just be aware that there's a possibility of an imbalance happening there, but not if you keep tabs on it, not if you make sure that not if you make sure on your end that the giving and receiving is fair and equal. And this is and I feel this very strongly with a business entity.
Yes. Okay? Yes, got that. Yes. So the mindfulness, awareness of don't give, don't put out too much. It's like the ocean wave effect. You know, you're giving, you take, then you bring it out, and it comes and goes. But in exchange. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it, sweetie.
Yeah.
All right.
So, anything else, or no? There's just that.
Let me lean in. Let me see. Enjoy yourself. Oh, my God, you deserve it. Wow. And thank you for letting yourself enjoy yourself. That's interesting. Like, thank you, because you allowing yourself to enjoy yourself, it gives people, it gives other women permission to enjoy themselves too. And awesome. So thank you for that. All right.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. You're so welcome. You have a great day, Amla.
You too. Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye. Okay, well, that is it for callers today. So that's good. It is time for us to wrap up our show. Thank you so much for listening in today. What a pleasure to share with you. Thank you, everybody who called in with your questions. I just love being able to tune in and read for you. I want to thank my producer, Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman of Goldilocks Productions. Without her, this show would not be possible. So Goldilocks Productions does host a number of spiritual-based shows, and you can find them. You can find the archives hosted on Spreaker.com. So that's Spreaker.com/Goldilocks Productions, SPREAKER.com/Goldilocks Productions. That's GOLDYLOCKS Productions. So give us a follow there, explore all of the fantastic content that this company has to offer, and please share. I think if we get to 100 followers on Spreaker.com, then all of our shows will go out onto iHeartRadio. How cool would that be to have us on iHeartRadio? Okay, so if you think about it, go give us a follow there. If you want to get in touch with me personally, once again, you can visit my website, www.ingridhturner.com. You can learn more about me on that site. You can explore further musings, and you can book one-on-one time with me. Okay, so our next show is next Tuesday, the 14th, and we're continuing to talk about meditation. So I'm going to go into some meditation techniques for you. And this isn't to tell you the right way to do it. This is to give you a launching pad so you can start to really understand how you operate, how you connect with spirit in that way. Okay, so thank you again. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm looking forward to diving in again next week. You have a wonderful day.
Napa, pura calidad.
Dale más vida a tu carro con Napa. Aceite convencional para motor Pennzoil por solo $3.49 el cuarto. Además ahorras $10 por par, llevándote los limpiaparabrisas Bosch Evolution Beam. Lógralo con Napa. Pura calidad.
Oferta válida hasta el 28 de febrero. Precio general en los diferentes estados. El precio no incluye impuestos aplicables ni cargos por reciclaje. Ver tienda para detalles.
Napa, pura calidad.